What do you make of all these texts from the Fox News people saying they didn't buy the election fraud stuff, but they had to delicately tread around that topic?
I know all about it.
Yeah.
I can tell you all about it. I don't want to hurt any friends of mine.
Okay.
But here's what happened. I mean, Trump used to do stuff like call my wife up.
Yeah.
Like one day I walk in the house and my wife's like, oh, Trump's on the phone. And this is like 5 years ago. I go, really? I go, hey, Alex, I'm talking to your wife right now. And then she hangs up the phone. She goes, yeah, he just spent 15 minutes telling me you've got a real man. Your husband's the man. I mean, Trump is like, he's autistic and he's very charismatic and he's very, like, conversations with Trump on the phone are not what's on TV. Slick. I mean, like, he's sucking your. I'm telling these stories because they're true. And to me, I told Trump, I said, dude, I don't want to be told how badass I am. I'm not that badass.
Right.
I want you to arrest the deep state.
It's hard to tell which part of this conversation was real and which part wasn't, because I can believe that Donald Trump was talking to Alex Jones's wife and said, he's a badass, you got a good man there, because he likes to promote people and thinks that that's gonna help him. Don't forget, it's always about himself. But here's that term again, autistic. For Donald Trump for some reason, because he was talking to his wife and pumping him up so he can get whatever he wants. I mean, he even got explicit with the way he described what Donald Trump was willing to do. As you just mentioned, I think was what versus when behind the scenes you're just texting friends versus what you say in public. And he says he's two different people. And before you jump in, because in case you guys are just now seeing this, it was not only Alex Jones, remember, just then it was Tucker Carlson. He said similar things really fast.
Wow. Well, I saw Trump said he could close that in 24 hours if he wanted to. Do you think he could?
I have no idea. I mean, he couldn't build a border wall in 4 years. So, there is a gap between promises and delivery with all politicians, very much including him. But I will say in Trump's defense, and maybe because he's a little bit autistic, he saw the stakes of this like at the very beginning. He's like,
is this a talking point? Is Mike Pence going to be telling this joke next week? I don't get it.
Yeah, it's definitely a strange one. It makes me think that maybe Trump does have an unconventional way of communicating, especially behind the scenes. And so, maybe these guys are doing their armchair sort of diagnosis, and obviously these guys aren't PhDs, but maybe they're doing that on their own. I don't know. I just thought it was strange that Alex Jones implied that Trump was filleting him on the phone. That's we've come a long way in the Trump as GOP sort of leader, where Alex Jones is no longer bootlicking and implying that Trump was somehow sucking up to him. That is quite
sucking down.
Oh, whoa, hold on,
just
brother.
Saying.
Wait a second.
That's what he said. I didn't say it. This is weird.
All alleged, by the way. We don't know the truth of it.
And he was saying that, of course, as a figure of speech, because how much he was kissing his butt, he saw as. But the end answer is, I just want you to arrest the deep state. As Alex Jones said, what does that mean? Who is that? How do you arrest the deep state? It doesn't make any sense. That's the way these types of things work. You're just supposed to draw these battle lines. And then now the battle lines are shifting. They are through with one Donald Trump. They're through with this guy for whatever reason. You can probably have varying things we'll maybe find out behind the scenes, which I'm sure Donald Trump.
It's early. We have to remember that it's not as if everybody was on board with this guy from the start, but he kicked everybody's butts throughout the primary process. And every single one of these people, from the lunatic fringe of people like Alex Jones and those crazies over there and the QAnon and all of that nonsense that happens on the lunatic fringe, all the way up to Mitch McConnell, and every single Republican in between fell in line once this guy got the nomination. So once he makes it clear that he is the almighty Republican, these fools will fall back in line again. It's just a matter of whether Donald Trump will, sort of count his slights and seek retaliation against these cats.
That's what I'm counting on.